Alright, y'all, so today I want to make a very quick video to discuss some recent Transformer news that kind of came out over the past few days and kind of give you my quick thoughts and opinions on it. So I've made a few videos discussing the idea that Michael Bay's Transformers film could be potentially happening, and just like I said, all the kind of progress in regards to that and the whole project actually happening. Now, it kind of broke, I think, like a month ago or a little over a month ago that Bay is coming back. He was kind of in the talks about doing a new Transformers film. He was working with a new writer. And then we kind of heard some more official news that apparently they were in the concept art stages and that some kind of script have already been completed and formed. And that was kind of all we knew. Now, just recently, I guess the news kind of got reconfirmed because I think the last news was kind of brokered by like a scoop. Well, more official, like more like actual official, like Deadline, other like websites have officially came out that Bay is actually in talks to direct a new Transformers film. So this is not like a loosely like who he might come back and produce and all this. No, 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 no. He might come back to direct a new Transformers film. And beyond that, we also got some more ideas of what this film could be. Now, the fact that this is coming out officially from like official website news, resources and stuff like that, like Deadline, adds a lot of legitimacy, right? I mean, because like I said, I think the previous news was kind of brokered by like a very reliable insider, but now that like official movie websites are talking about this, and this is only like I said, this has been some time after that news broke from the last time. But yeah, the official website, official movie websites are talking about this. That Bay's in talks with Paramount to do this. And like I said, I think the timeline is very convenient because Bay had announced he just left, like, I think a project called Fast and Loose with Will Smith that was going to star in it. Like, some kind of Netflix movie. He left that over creative differences. I know, too, he's also in talks with Universal and doing, like, an adaptation of, like, a race car game. I forget the name of it off the top of my head. But it has Sydney Sweeney as, like, the star vehicle in it, which I'm down for that movie also as well, to be honest with you. That being said, the fact that official movie websites are talking about this, that Bay is actually in talks with Paramount and doing this movie and directing it, means and speaks a lot. Now, obviously, this is not officially confirmed that Bay is doing the movie, but I mean, the fact that, like I said, they're officially in talks. This is, reported on major, legitimate film websites. It's pretty crazy, right? Um, We also have a little bit more information about what this movie could be, and also some other insider knowledge, possibly. Now, Bay had already, and like he already announced the writer that's working with this movie. I think they also announced a new writer that might be working on this movie. I forget the name, but Bay's also working with another writer and crafting a screenplay or maybe updating a version as well. Kind of maybe getting different versions of the movie getting made at the same time, but apparently he's working with another writer on the film. And the way also, like I said, some legitimate film websites are kind of breaking the news is that Bay's in talks to direct a new Transformers film for, quote, a new version of the Tenpole. So a new version of Transformers. Now, it was very unclear like what this movie will actually be. Some people have been saying this is going to be like a G.I. Joe Transformers movie Bay could be doing, which, Paramount's been in talks about doing as well, which it was kind of announced that this Bayformers thing was like a separate project. And I did like kind of mention that like I feel like that would be up his alley because he loves military and stuff, and I mean GI Joe is inherently military, so it could be that. But there's also some people kind of online speculating that this could be a Beast Wars type of Transformers, which I don't I don't know. Now, the way that this article is framing it is that this could be a new reboot that Bay is going to be directing. Some kind of new reboot for the Transformers franchise. And I don't know. My opinion on that is I'm very kind of mixed on that. Just because I kind of burnt out with all these rebooting continuities with the Transformer films, right? I mean, we had the Bayformers, which, love it or hate it, was a continuous series of movies in one continuity. And then you had Bumblebee, which was originally supposed to be a Bayformers prequel, and then it got kind of quickly, haphazardly turned into a reboot. And the very strange thing about that movie was like Paramount never came out and officially said it was a reboot. They just kind of said, "Oh, it's a new Transformers film." And then the producer of that movie was like just confused as all hell, saying that like, "Oh, it's actually a prequel to the Bay movies," even though it's clearly not. It's in its own continuity. It's a very strange situation. And then it got even worse with Rise of the Beast, where like the producer and the director were actively contradicting each other, saying that like, yeah, this is a sequel to Bumblebee, and then the other guy was saying, nah, it's actually a prequel to the first Transformers from Bay. Just a complete mess of a situation. So I don't know. It's a very confusing situation right now, and of course you had Transformers One, which came out, which was a complete reboot, and that flopped horrendously. So Bay coming back to do a reboot, I don't know. I mean, I guess it would make sense to just wipe the slate clean, especially since all these confusing, contradicting statements from people. But at the same time, I mean, we've constantly had rebooted Transformers stuff lately, right? I wouldn't mind, honestly, Bay coming back just to do. Like, he could do a sequel to The Last Night. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. He could. But maybe do it in a way where it feels like Age of Extinction. Kind of like a new, like, slight reboot to the franchise. You know? I feel like he'll be interested in doing something like that. But like a full-fledged reboot, it would feel very strange, especially since this guy directed the first Transformers film, so he's gonna be directing the reboot. I don't know. It feels kind of strange. But that's like I said. That's kind of how the websites are reporting it. Like I said, I'm kind of mixed on the idea. I'm honestly kind of excited about this Bay movie just because, I mean, regardless of what you think of Michael Bay, a Michael Bay Transformers film will absolutely generate tons of speculation and discussion for Transformers and hype around a new movie since we haven't felt for years, to be honest with you. And it would definitely be an interesting moment. So, overall, that's kind of my quick thoughts on the Bay related Transformers news. Hope you all have a nice day. Peace.